Hello again, welcome back to the channel. It's Memorable Movie Music Moments again, part 5. Today we're going to do Air Force One. Now I've mentioned Air Force One a few times on the channel. I enjoyed the film and I love the score. It's one of my most listened to scores. Air Force One is just one of those taut, entertaining thrill ride films, directed by Wolfgang Petersen. The always reliable Wolfgang Petersen. He's done some wonderful, again, just entertaining films. It's got a perfectly cast Harrison Ford as the president, James Marshall, and Gary Oldman, always great, as the bad guy, very intense bad guy. As I said, it's just a great thrill ride from beginning to end. It does have some questionable visual effects these days. They were probably questionable at the time, but they're okay. But the film itself is just grand entertainment, and it does have a Jerry Goldsmith score, which amazingly he composed in 3 weeks, composed and recorded 90 minutes of music, but he did have help. He did have Joel McNeely with him to help out, and Joel McNeely's score as well just blends in perfectly. He uses Jerry's themes and thematic material for his stuff, but it's just a wonderful collaboration. I think the score is a classic of the genre, and it's great kind of late Jerry Goldsmith as well. It's brassy, patriotic, and it's a melodic delight as well. So I've chosen 2 cues from Air Force One, and I think they're both great. One's from Jerry, one's from Joel. So let's have a look at them. Okay, the first cue, you've probably guessed it. It's always mentioned when this film comes up and Jerry Goldsmith's score's mentioned. It's the hijacking. Now, on the original release of the CD, this was the kind of centerpiece cue. I think it's a tour de force cue. It accompanies Gary Oldman's terrorists as they try to take over Air Force One. It's the first big action set piece of the film, and it's 7 minutes long, and it's just 7 minutes of propulsive action scoring that constantly builds and mutates through the various stages of the takeover of the plane. It's classic Jerry Goldsmith. It's a classic Jerry Goldsmith action cue, and it never outstays its welcome. It's just full of great moments. And the fact that it's 7 minutes long is just awesome. It's a great cue. There's a link to it in the description for this video. So if you've never heard it before, check it out. It's great. Okay, the second cue is the dogfight. Now, this only appears on the expanded edition of the score, and this cue was written by Joel McNeely. It's more dynamic action music, and it accompanies the MiG jet fighter attack on Air Force One towards the end of the film. Again, this is another great action cue. As I say, McNeely composed this, but he incorporated Jerry Goldsmith's thematic material. But again, it just fits in perfectly with the film. But again, it keeps building. It churns and morphs through it's about 4.5 minute running time, and it never resorts to noise. There's always a musicality to it as well, which I love. As I said, it was a cue that wasn't on the original release, but it is on this expanded Varèse release, which I think is brilliant. I waited years and years and years for this. It sounds so much better than the original release as well. So we've got the full score now with that one. So if you've never seen the film or if you've never heard the score, give it a chance. It's available on loads of different formats now. Looks great in 4K. Give it a try. But I would say they're my 2 favourite cues from the film. Love them both. I love the whole score. As I say, it's my most listened to score. So that's it for this video. Tune in next time when we'll do something different. But until then, good day.